Hello, SAMexperts. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SAMexpert Microsoft Licensing Updates. And today is 6th of September, and what we're going to cover is what happened on the 1st of September this month. What will happen, massive change on the 1st of October, and you must get ready for it right now if you use Microsoft 365 packages, and I think you do. I mean, we do. All our customers do. And we will clarify again the change that Microsoft introduced in August about deploying Office 365 applications, Microsoft 365 applications on Amazon Workspaces. So let's jump straight into it. And if I look around, that means I either look at the chart or I am looking at the screen with all the licensing news. So please don't get offended that I'm not looking at you directly. And please bear with me whilst I am switching to this view. And just for those who has never been here on this channel, my name is Alexander Golev. I'm the CEO of the company called SAMexpert, and we provide Microsoft licensing services, not Microsoft licensing services. Let me correct this. Consulting around how to buy licenses correctly, FinOps consulting, everything that relates to Microsoft relationship. In the end of the day, the end goal of all what we do is negotiating your relationship with Microsoft, either costs or audit results. So that's what we are, and we apply. This is our practical knowledge. What you hear from us is just, we don't sell licenses. It's not about how to sell licenses. It's about how to buy them. It's about how to be prepared for anything that may affect your bottom line. This is what this is all about. And by all means, this is a live stream. Use all the benefits of the live stream. In essence, ask your questions. And hello, Chris. So say hi, tell us where you're from, and let's have a conversation, either during my speech or after I finish this. I apologize for potentially a lot of background noise today because it's an extremely hot day here. I mean, it depends on the country, but trust me, in the United Kingdom, plus 28, when the sun actually is just on this side of my house, feels pretty hot. So I have lots of air conditioners and fans and open doors around me. So there we go. I think that's enough for an introduction. And we have one question from Chris. Hi, I'm from Germany. There are rumors that Teams will not be a part of Microsoft 365, but sold as a separate product. Oh, yes. This is one of the topics I'm going to discuss today. So let's start with what you can probably see on screen. Let me check whether you can actually see that. Yes, you can see that. If you look at the September Microsoft licensing updates, which you can open yourselves, microsoft.com/licensing/terms, and then go into summary of updates, what you can notice is that nothing drastic was introduced in September. It's actually almost like meh. No news from the licensing or cost standpoint. The only things, okay, let's go one by one, and you'll understand what I mean. So we have added clause into the universal license terms. That's the change of terms. That's the change of terms, and basically they clarify distributable code clause for software that also applies to online services. Small print. That is not really licensing related, unless you want to do something with a distributable code, which is less than 1% of all the applications, working with the Microsoft licenses. They've updated the privacy and security terms, adding Viva Client. Again, it's really not a licensing change. Microsoft 365, they changed the product Microsoft Viva Sales to Microsoft Sales Copilot. Just renamed it. And the funny thing about that is, if you look at what Microsoft Sales Copilot is, it's a part of Dynamics 365. Why was it branded as Viva? Probably because at the time Microsoft really wanted to sell more Viva products. It's a purely marketing move, nothing commercial there. Those who manage licenses, you must know about those renames, so you'll be able to manage it and you'll be able to react to it. Otherwise, it's not a significant licensing update. Same with dynamic services, there's some harmonization. Those who work with Dynamics 365, so this is probably the only important update. Those who work with Dynamics 365 read this. Again, nothing changed in the terms, but it's good to monitor product renames, because you can get frustrated when you start renewing your own agreements or agreements for your clients. And some other security, some other product terms, which are not, again, not relevant really. Security portfolio product teams mapping. That's it. That's the update. And you think, I posted on LinkedIn, and by the way, who doesn't follow me on LinkedIn, please type Alexander Golev. You'll find me, send me a connection request, not necessarily just follow. Let's have a conversation there, by all means. So I posted on LinkedIn and I said, what did I miss? And a colleague of mine from a competing company, he came and said exactly what Chris just asked about removing Teams from the Microsoft 365 and Office 365 packages. And that is true. So what's going to happen is, if we let's look at the policy update. There was an article on the Microsoft website on the 31st of August, so a few days ago, just a few days ago. Microsoft announces changes to Microsoft 365 and Office 365 to address European competition concerns. There's a lot of work going on in Brussels to push back on various corporations, including Microsoft. And the inclusion of Teams in all the packages of Microsoft, essentially for free, like as a part of the package. It's a concern for those who, for example, maybe want to use Zoom instead of Teams. So they're happy to use Microsoft Office. They don't really need Teams. I mean, they invest in Zoom. They don't want to pay for Teams that they're not using. So valid concern. And Europe is famous for pushing on those competition concerns, pushing back on large corporations to align, to be more, to play by the rules of competition. This is what happened here. And what Microsoft said, if you read this announcement, is we are going to, beginning of October 1st, 2023, we will unbundle Teams, remove from our Microsoft 365 and Office 365 suites in the EEA, European Economic Alliance, also not EU, and Switzerland. Funny enough, I believe UK is untouched, and I'm in the UK, so it won't affect us here locally. But we work with most of the European clients, so right now it's a bit of a headache. We will instead simply sell these offerings without Teams at a lower price. And pay attention to this, €2 less per month or €24 per year. We'll get back to that figure very soon. We will do this for our core enterprise customers, which represent most of our commercial business in the EEA and Switzerland. Teams will still be available for new enterprise customers. Again, another key thing to remember, to buy standalone and separately at a list price of €5 per month. Firstly, notice this price increase. We're going to remove Teams and reduce the cost of the packages by €2, but if you want to bring it back, it's going to cost you €5. Like effectively raising the total package price by €3 for those nasty Europeans who don't like Microsoft. Or €60 per year. And, you know, on big estate, for big companies with hundreds of thousands of people, this could be a massive budget increase. But there's a way to avoid it. So please continue listening. Please don't switch off. Here we go. So more details are available here, they say, and these are the more details. So importantly, the other important bit you need to notice, in addition to that €2, €5 difference, is that net new subscribers mean never before subscribed to Microsoft Office 365 or Microsoft 365. They will not be able to purchase packages with Teams. Existing subscribers will. So if your organization, if you are currently subscribed to one of the Microsoft 365 packages with Teams, you may continue doing so. If you're jumping into the whole Microsoft 365 cloud business and you never did it before, you will have to purchase packages without Teams specifically made for European Economic Alliance and Switzerland. So I looked at this pricing, and for some reason they didn't do a comparison for these packages. You will see they did the comparison for frontline and business packages, and the policies on those are different to the core enterprise packages, like here. I looked at the pricing differences, and they are not €2 across the board, but they still below €5. So we're talking about maybe 50p here, 50 cents. Excuse me, I'm British. So I say 50p instead of 50 cents. So about €1 here, about €1 here, €1.50, maybe €2 here, and €3 on the E5. Still, if you want to add Teams back, it's a flat price of €5 per month. So, which means that for all the new clients, the prices will be higher if you still want to have the traditional Office 365, Microsoft 365 with Teams included. And why wouldn't you? It's a well-integrated product. But there we go. This is Microsoft's response to EU pressure. Nice. Frontline suites, you may also notice that, again, the Teams price remains flat €5 per user per month. What you may notice here is that the difference here is 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents. But these choices, for some reason, they still remain. So you don't have that necessary €4.5 price increase. You may just go directly with the old package, which is still available. So again, these large packages will only be available without Teams. These frontline packages will be still available either or. Same applies to business suites. Either or. Very complicated. Any questions? Because I want to move on to the next phase. By the way, I'll just move on to the next phase, and you can ask your questions and expect responses. Hope this is clear. So, Chris, this was your main question. If you have any concerns, any questions to kind of to look into, by all means, please ask them. To exaggerate this, says Chris, Office also contains publisher, and I don't want publisher, but I also get the package of Office. Will I also get the package without publisher? No. The concern was about Teams, and if you think, did anybody win from it? I would say no. My honest opinion here is Microsoft just cheekily said, we're going to reduce the price of the packages by roughly €2, which is not like a flat rate €2, but in that range. To make space, that was the idea, to make space for Zoom and Slack. Now look at the price of Zoom. So disregard the free one, but Pro package starts from €13. Sorry, £13. What's that, like €15 per user per month? It's not 2, it's not even 5 compared to Teams. And Slack pricing. So, of course, the price of Teams itself, it's competitive, whatever. You can't argue with that. But have they made the room for competing products in Office by cutting the price by roughly, on some packages, as you have seen, by 50 cents? Answer that question yourselves. Form your opinion. But the formality with the EU, with the politics in Brussels, it has been probably fulfilled. We'll see. We will see very shortly. This may change. The other thing that I wanted to highlight today, so we looked at this, is what happened in the Amazon Workspace deployments. I don't remember if I covered it last month, honestly. Please bear with me. It was a difficult month. But because people still asking questions, for example, one of our clients who's a provider came to us and said, can we use that on Google? And no, you can't use that on Google. So for those of you who don't know, Microsoft 365 apps for business before the 1st of April could only be deployed on premises, on dedicated hardware on a provider, on dedicated hardware, very importantly, dedicated hardware, not multi-tenant, and on Azure. And that's it. So you couldn't, if you rented any kind of virtual machines, client virtual machines or server virtual machines from so-called listed providers, in essence, Amazon, Google, and Alibaba, and Microsoft is also a listed provider, but I remind you, you could deploy Microsoft 365 on Azure through an exception. Exceptional Azure. Microsoft on the 1st of August allowed deploying Microsoft 365 apps for business and apps for enterprise on Amazon Workspaces. Again, pay attention. One singled out provider, one singled out service. Just Amazon Workspaces, not any EC2 instance, whatever that is. Only Amazon Workspaces. Only subscribers of these packages, so E3, E5, A3, A5 Business Premium. Only if a user is a subscriber to this package, they may deploy one instance in Amazon Workspaces. One active, you can have backup instances, but you get the gist. And there are some channel limitations. They're really technical. They're not very important unless you have security concerns around channel support, but whatever, it's a limitation. In addition to that, again, only in Amazon Workspaces, nowhere else, if that user is at the same time, so not just licensed with Visio Project Online, at the same time with those packages they're licensed with, Project Plan 3 or 5 or Visio Plan 2, they can as well deploy executable files, click-to-run media, in Amazon Workspaces. Same channel limitations apply. Very, very limited, very, very focused, very, very almost like forced allowance. Amazon is all over the place. I mean, Amazon is happy. You should have seen the reaction of all the Amazon people on LinkedIn when this happened. And when I posted it on the 1st of August, so half of the likes I had on that post on LinkedIn were from AWS salespeople. But there we go. So, importantly, it won't work on Google. It won't work on Alibaba. It won't even work on EC2 instances on Amazon itself. So, nevertheless, what I want to say is this is a big positive change for the customers of AWS. It is a positive change. It removes lots of headache. And AWS is, as far as I'm aware, is the biggest client of Microsoft. The amount of hosting licensing fees that go back to Microsoft is huge. The other thing that you may notice is AWS is a member of an organization called CISP Cloud, CISP.cloud. So for those of you who are providers, wherever you are in the world, but specifically for European and UK providers, check them out and consider becoming a member, because it's a very interesting organization that the members there are. Let's have a look at the members. These are all pretty big names, almost all of them, but you may notice that AWS is one of the members of CISP, although it's not really like a European company, but they are. And my guess, educated guess, and I will never know, is that Microsoft probably allowed them to deploy Office 365 and Amazon Workspaces because of the pressure through this organization inside the EU. Maybe. We'll see. I want to learn more about CISP and expect potentially a video about this organization on this channel. Anytime soon. Maybe in a month or two, hopefully. So this is it with the updates. If you want to ask any licensing questions, whether provider related, supplier related, or CSP hosting or on-premises enterprise agreement, please fire your questions now. I'll give you a few minutes. Otherwise, I think we nicely kept it under 30 minutes, only 20 minutes really. So this would not be too boring to watch, hopefully. I have whilst you're thinking about your questions, I have a sad announcement to make, which is we are shutting down SAMexpert Academy. It doesn't mean that we'll stop providing free training, because it was still on this channel, is that we are closing off the stream of online paid trainings completely, because we just realized it's not what we want to do. If you are, by the way, for subscribers of this channel, this is good news, because we'll continue publishing training materials, but more on this channel now than try and do some business around commercial training. Some things just, even good things in life sometimes end. If somebody wants to pass our exam, though, the exam is still available. So message us through, for example, ask@SAMexpert.com, the URL that is here on above my head. Sorry, not URL, email. Send us a message. Send me a message through LinkedIn, and we can give you access to the exam. And that will remain the only channel, so through personal requests. And on this note, I think it was overwhelming enough. On this fantastic note, let me wish you a great week, a great month, start of the new school year. Those with kids understand that. And everything positive in your life. And I'll see you soon on SAMexpert TV. Thank you. And now I'm hectically trying to find the end stream button. I just can't